live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Dune Awakening. This week we are just going to be doing the standard build. I mean, not a standard build, but we're going to be doing a build in A5 like we always do. And we are just going to be playing it by ear. I don't have anything specific in mind. I know, obviously, we got to store the buggy so we can do some farming for the for some plastonium. And we're going to be doing some other type of farming. Probably some sand farming this week. We'll see. But I think to start us off, I'm just going to build us a little tiny shack that will allow us... Oh, by the way, we got some new observer pieces. So that's nice. And an observer half wall. But we're not going to be building with that. We're going to be building with Atreides like we normally do. Probably just start off, just build us a small little structure. Just somewhere we can get out of the sun. Just a small little 4-box. We'll switch it to walls. It doesn't have to be anything special, so we'll just kind of slap. We'll throw some stairs down here so that we can get into it. I'll just throw a door on this. And like I said, nothing too special, but something to get us out of the sun. Just like that. Maybe we'll move our storage box in there. For now. We got 11 minutes before that finishes. Let's run out here. This one finished. We got about 11 minutes for that one. So yeah, we're doing all right. I believe that kind of looks like it takes us all the way to the top, which is crazy if that's true. Let's pop in here and check. Build does take us to the top. Probably a little, not quite all the way up. Yeah, I guess it does. Up to here. But I didn't build back here because obviously we're not building into the rock. Not this week. So that gives us a ton of height. To go like all the way up to here. Who knows? We might build our landing pad up there. But that's just our start. We should probably build... I don't know what our power needs to be. Let's go ahead and move this down also. $75. I don't think I actually brought any of the fuel cells out for this, but I did bring stuff out for this. If I can find somewhere that it's supported. Actually, it would be supported if I did a flat roof. There we go. That'll be enough for now. Call it, what do we call this? Grandpa's A5 base. I'm starting to forget who all still comes out here. Okay. That should be enough for now. We don't need to switch that because it'll be going away anyway. All right. So let's start on our build. We kind of need it to be somewhat flat. We definitely want our buggy to come out. So I'm not sure if we'll build in this way for our buggy. We can build it off of triangles. Okay. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be 10. Which we'll have that in a few minutes. But we don't necessarily want to come off like this. We kind of want to... I don't know if anybody's... Let's build unique this week. Anybody built circular shapes off of triangles before? Okay. So I like that. In this corner. So we're gonna actually build this now. We'll build a nice little tower off this way. And then we'll probably go in this way. I think that just went up. There we go. Okay, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm thinking we'll probably build directly off that. And that happens to be a square, which we don't normally build off of squares, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in between, and then we could actually okay. Back to the triangle. There we are. I don't know if I like the even number, because the even number in between doesn't really give us the play, especially if we do this. If we do 8 water, then we're gonna have to do 3. Yeah. So probably need to bring this in 1. Do 7. That'd be 2 on each side plus this in the middle. I like that. Let's do that. And right now would be the time to do this before we get super far into the build. Oop. So we got, let's just say, let's go to walls. One, 2, in, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then this starts our come on, underneath it. There we go. We brought it in one. And now we pretty much have a even place for this. And we'll have our buggy going out that way. So that works. 4 off this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 off this way. Obviously, we're gonna have to build stairs over this. Why, hello.
Morning.
Morning.
See, you're playing Dune.
Yeah, doing the build stream.
Nice. How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right.
I'm gonna have to pop over and check your stream.
Yeah. Just, I said I wasn't going to do anything fancy, and it's starting to look kind of fancy. You know how it always goes.
When are you not fancy?
I don't know.
How many times have you built a box? Once? Maybe twice?
Right? The current guild base is a box.
Shame on you.
I know. But it's come together. I've got some pillars. I did build in the same spot I always build, A5. I wasn't sure if we were going to be playing Dune this week, so I wasn't sure if this was going to be a thing we should do, but just to be safe, I figured what the heck. I didn't build out here last week due to the medical thing. So and then obviously we're gonna need the buggy to go out. Which I want to be at least 3 wide. But we need at least 1 or 2 on each side. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That works.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop so I'm not hearing you twice.
Okay.
I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. So, yeah, we're just gonna doing the same old. I guess it's a little bit different, isn't it? About out of water again. How did that say insufficient stability? That just doesn't make any sense. There we go. Okay, so now if we come to this side, I wanted to go 3, but we obviously can't come from here. So now if we go to inclines and go to our half inclines, because that's what we like to use for the buggies. We still need to move further inside the claim, which is good. So we'll go in 1 more. And that will be our ramp here to the for the buggy, which kind of makes water. I mentioned water a minute ago and I never filled up. Putting a wall there, kind of useless. We should put some walls up here to start blocking the sun. I don't know how much further out we're going to go that way. probably should stop here. Maybe go out a little further on this side, but we don't need this whole thing to be garage. And maybe we'll come up here from the middle and get rid of that one over on that side also. Okay, so since this is going to be the buggy, we'll make it pretty much all glass. Why not? Maybe we won't make that glass, but we'll see. Too high should be high enough. Maybe we will close this off right here. Five, that should be wide enough because that brings us back 3. Then we'll close off the roof here. And there's our buggy door. Okay. Now, obviously, we need to get into our place. So I'm guessing this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. So if we go into and knock that out, into knock that out. Those would be our doors. Oop. Come on. So that's an option. The other option is just to put a green flat roof on top, which we'll do because more than likely we'll put these here also so we can put lighting in. And now when we go to lighting, this lights up pretty well. that up there. And that up there. That'll give us a decent amount of lighting, and there's our garage. Yeah, we're out of water. Okay. Let's build this tower up. Give it a different look. Kind of draw the attention to it. Yeah, something like that. I think these two, at least at the minimum, will do this all the way up. Then I think we'll give it the same look on the other side. Yeah, all the triangle pieces had this. And the same thing up here in the middle. Just like that. And that's the beginning of our towers. And that'll be the entrance into there. Now, yeah, I think we'll go with those solid walls. Right here. Oop, outer face. We want that to be inner face. It's a good start. Still not too sure what we want to do down here on the bottom. Probably just do solid walls like this. Because this will probably mostly just be like our refining area or whatever. So no sense on gussying it up. Ooh. There we go. Oh. I haven't transitioned to the deep desert yet, but you have to break everything down on Monday before the Coriolis storm, question mark. Like the equipment and stuff. So yes, so anything that, any building materials or whatever that you don't want to lose or refarm, then yes, you have to break it all down on the Monday before the Coriolis. So what I do out here on a weekly basis is mostly just for the YouTube channel. for the builds. I like to build very large. It doesn't... if it wasn't for the YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't build this big every week. I would probably build small. Mostly because just trying to build this large every week doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's a lot of tearing down time. There's a lot of time going into the build on Tuesday, a lot of time of tearing down on Monday, and then carting it all out. So if you're going to do a build, I would just recommend building what you need. If you only have a couple refining machines that you're going to do out here, which is all we do, I think now. We used to bring everything out here and refine plastanium. We'd refine spice and everything out here. Now it just doesn't make that much sense because we build out in the deep desert and not just in the A-row anymore. And when you bring all of that stuff, you got to cart all that back. And it's usually like 20 or 30 trips back and forth. And that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So these builds are mostly just for the YouTube channel on out here. That's why I do a different build every week, just so that we can get some different ideas of what's possible out here. Or even you could build these in Haga. People want storage on the carrier ornithopter. Exactly. And that would make things a lot easier if they gave us better storage to bring out here, because before the update where they updated that assault over there to 2,000 volume, it was only 1,000 volume and like 20 slots, and that's all you had to bring stuff out here. Now it's like 35 slots or 40 slots, and it's 4,000, 2,000 volume, 3,000 volume. I don't remember off the top of my head anymore. Let's check it. 2,000 volume and 20 slots. So it used to be, I think, 15 slots and 1,000 volume. So it was a lot harder to get stuff out here. And it's tons and tons of trips. So them doubling that up really helped a lot, but it's still a pain to get things out here on a regular basis. Let's move our power over here. If I can get close enough to grab it. Should go white. There you go. White outline, just like that. And we'll just move this over here. We're not going to need a ton of power. But we will put another one of these up. And I'll pull some from here. And that just gave us 700 power. We're only using 126. Not bad. We can bring our storage box over here now, and we can kill this utility building out. Just throw that up there. Move this over here for now. That'll work. Let's throw this stuff back in here. Hello? Somebody popped into our Discord channel and then popped out. Probably accidentally popped in. Okay. So let's try to finish our build here. I'm not sure what we're gonna build. Like I said, this is enough for our little buggy garage. That's enough for refining over there. Then we got our little 2 towers, which are currently 3 high. We might go a little higher than 5, just to give it some look over top of this. But that's kind of what we're looking like. And then we'll just need some orney parking. But even though these are, the tower's gonna go higher, don't know if we need the interior wall to go any higher. Like, we could probably start building our... maybe not. Maybe we do need it to go higher. And we'll build up some more on this tower. That is super tricky to see. Need to drink some water. Oh, we put those in the wrong spot. There we go. Oop. Okay. There we are. We'll just fill this wall in. Start building our roof. And what we might do... Oh, that's right. We were going to keep this 3 high. Hang on. Because we were going to put... that there. I mean, we might as well put that all the way across. Okay. Which means we'll do that. Front door. So what do we do out here? We could build this. To be our parking. Goodness, that does not want to snap. Come on. There we go. And there we go. Now we should be able to snap our... Ooh, we don't have enough steel out here for it. We didn't like that anyway. Let me demolish that just to be there. This too big? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is definitely not too big. Huh. Connect just fine there, snapping. But then here it won't connect anymore. What is going on? So it's something on this wall. I think it's probably because those are all internal walls. And these are not. So these are fine. But that is probably more than likely everything to do with it. There. That time it snapped. Okay, so we just need steel for that. That'll finish that off. And then I can just build the rest of this wall. And heck, we could even... do something like this. Hmm. Oops. Water. Okay. Getting close. But then this looks horrible, doesn't it? So... There we go. And then what do we do on this side? Corner piece down. Like that. And then one of these right there. Ooh, I just got myself stuck. Anything. Come on. There we go. Excellent. Now that's closed off. Now we just have our two little towers here. What's that starting to look like? This will be our parking. Once we get our steel. Keep this shed as a brig. Sorry, I'm just getting to those messages. Yeah. The Sleeto simulator would be nice. It's definitely something for them to work on. The Sleetos are all right, but they're not the greatest things. They're very difficult to put back out. All right, let's throw these on. Let's throw a wall up for this. There we go. We could probably even... just keep our tradition going there. We'll make this one owner. This is just our power shield. Just to keep our power going. Throw some wedges up over here. There we are. We got that one set to guild. That's our front door. We just got to close off. We need our steel for that. And then we just have to either build up and close off this tower, or just close off the tower. I'm not sure what we should do. Those are the triangles. So if we were to close it off just like this, and just like that, we've closed off our towers. Now the only thing left is to go grab some steel so that we can put this back in. But before we do that, let's give it a one last look over. So that power can function under a shield? Yes. As long as it's wide open. So because there is nothing over the power, then it'll function. But if there was a roof up there, then it definitely wouldn't function.
Morning, Grandpa. You building your base?
I am. I'm also live streaming.
Yeah, you didn't put how do I find I don't see it here.
It is. I will. I'll have to show you after the stream.
Is it on the YouTube? Because I can find it on YouTube anyways.
Yep. Yep, it's on YouTube.
And good morning. How are you guys? You guys are falling out a lot.
Yeah.
That's a first-person shooter, though. I didn't know that. I don't remember it so long since I played it. I was watching some streaming on it. Well, I'll leave you to your stream, and I farmed the crap out of everything last week, all by myself, best I could, and I got a few resources, so like that.
Awesome.
I'll try to chat, say hello, and as soon as I find you, be right back.
Okay. All right. Going to get our steel. There we go. in here. And we should have some steel in a box in here. Let's fill up our water while we're here. I think there's some steel right here. There it is. We'll just throw some in there. We don't need that much. We'll just take that much. For those that aren't aware, that is the storage room at the guild base. This is our co-owner storage. And then I just recently put this in. And it's like a little library down here. And this is the guild storage. So there's a bunch of storage containers down here, about 15 of them. That are any one of our guild members can come throw stuff in these, and that's plenty of extra storage there. But we have all the crafting machines here, so okay. We have, oh, before we go, might as well grab our buggy. To take out there. And there we go. All right, back to A5. All right, and let's drop this steel in this box here. Throw the rest of that in there too. That should give us enough to build that. And we'll call this Orny parking. We'll make that available to the guild. And there we are. We have a base. 12 days of power, which is way more than we need. We'll go over here. Slap this down. there we are. Now we have our buggy. Fill it up. Go back to this. Of course, throw our tradies on it and our tradie swatch. There we are. One last look before we end the stream. Now that we have it all going. We got our two little towers on the left and right there. We've got our power right there. We've got our buggy right there. And our Orny parking right here. Yeah. And just a simple little base for the week. I didn't go extravagant like I normally do. But there's a good reason for that. I'm actually starting to run out of materials and need to start farming again. I haven't really been doing a very good job of farming lately. As you heard when Argos popped in here, he did say that he farmed all last week for us, which was very nice. So yeah, that is our build stream for the week. Some other ideas that I've had to get going, actually before we go, we're not done yet. We haven't put lighting over the base. So let's go ahead and add some lighting in a few places. I don't think this will go here. Oh, it will. That's perfect. Maybe we should make it a chandelier. So I really like these chum wall lights also, because it does a pretty good job. And I'm out of metal. I didn't bring enough. But yeah. So one of the ideas I had for a stream, I don't know if you guys would appreciate it or not, but was to do a build kind of like this, just with off stream, and just leave it completely blank inside, and just do like an interior decorating build or like stream, to where we decorate it with a bunch of like the lighting, the furniture, do some of the flooring or some of like these rugs and stuff. I've been doing it kind of all in one lately, but if you guys are interested in something like that, please let me know. I'd be happy to do a stream where it's just interior decorating. And we could, yeah, just do an interior decorating build. And of course, I am 4 seeds too short to put that last banner up. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.